You mentioned Istria, and I would like to add that it is the peninsula in the Adriatic, which is exactly opposite of Venice, which many people don't know. It's only a 2 hours drive from Venice, either by boat or by car. And you mentioned something even more important, which we encountered during our meetings here in Istria, when everybody told us, Mr. Roxanich, finally somebody like him came back to Istria to produce the wine the old Istrian way, like our grandfathers used to do it. We were waiting for almost hundreds of years that somebody really does it that way. Can you explain to us a little bit more about its special methodology of maceration, of leaving the wine to gear, as you said before, to age, and not throwing it immediately on the market like everybody else is doing?
Yes, okay, we are going back to the ancient times, we are going back to tradition of winemaking, there was a certain past, technological past in winemaking when winemaking became industry, and when the big countries and the big companies and multinationals started to produce the wine in large quantities. And then some things have been technologically driven, and the technology has been created to produce the wine in the way that you can actually winify the grapes in relatively fast and safe, I would say, way, in a sense of technological process.
And fast turnarounds.
And fast turnarounds that industry required. Because obviously, if you want to age the wine, you need adequate space to age it. You need the vessels, barrels, whatever, to age it, and that requires time and money. And here we come directly to one of my says or maxims that say, "Ain't no wine without time."
So you are definitely not interested in this fast industrial turnaround.
Yeah, there was another moment that is very significant in my orientation, and that's a natural winemaking. We are making natural, honest wines. Why natural? Because we don't use synthetic means either in vineyard or in our cellar. We are following a natural process of alcohol fermentation by converting sugars to alcohol. We are working with the sugars that nature gives us in one vegetative year. We are using exclusively indigenous yeasts, our own yeasts, and that means it's absolutely natural process that is going on in our wine cellars. Now, if we want to go a little bit more in depth, obviously we come to the term of natural long maceration or maceration itself. So one thing is we don't do our wines out of the most, so that means we are not pressing the grapes into the most juice before alcoholic fermentation starts, or we don't press at all during alcoholic presentation, or on the well-known and long macerations that we have here on some whites, we are not pressing it at all. So we are going even malolactic fermentation with the skins and the pits of our grapes in our barrels.